What's good? It's Brittney Taylor, aka Bree Taylor, and you are now watching allhiphop.com with all hip hop, period. You are logged on to allhiphop.com. I'm your homegirl, Miss Lissa, and sitting with me is Love and Hip Hop's new budding star, Brittney Taylor. Ow. Brittney Taylor, killer bitch, nerd flavor. How you doing? I'm doing well, but before you were Brittney Taylor, you used to be Bree Beauty.
Yes.
Why the name change?
Okay, Bree Beauty. I'm always gonna be Bree Beauty. For some reason, I just can't shake it. But Bree Beauty is actually the younger me. You know, the teeny bopper. I was making teeny boppy music and teeny boppy moves when I was Bree Beauty. I was like, oh please, you can't do the 5G.
Right.
And I was like, all my bitches in the city, they ain't fucking for free. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to grow up. I just didn't want to connect the little me with the bigger me. It basically was like taking the little off. I just took the beauty off and I put my real last name, which is Taylor, just to make it more grown and sexy, you know?
Well, let's just dig a little more into Brittney Taylor. What was it like growing up in Harlem?
It's crazy because everybody thinks I'm from Harlem, and the crazy part about it is I'm not from Harlem.
I swear. Wait, so is it because, like, where are you from then?
Okay, I'm from Queens.
Okay.
I'm from Ravenswood Houses.
Okay.
Ravenswood Project. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I just went to Harlem when I was younger. When I was younger, I felt like Queens just didn't have the programs or the kids that they had in Harlem. Like in Harlem, everybody was all about dancing and having fun and doing music and all that. It was never like that for the kids in Queens. The kids in Queens, like all you had was like a good basketball tournament, and you could have possibly been a dancer of somebody like in the hood, but like that's all that it was gonna be. You were just gonna be dancing in the hood, or like you just were a popular fighter.
Right.
Like it never was like a popular rapper, a singer, or a dancer. Like it was only like popular fighters.
So how did you end up in Harlem?
I basically just took the F train at 21st Street in Queensbridge, took it to the D, and got off on 125th in St. Nick. I did it every day.
Did you have any plugs out there? Like, what gave you the courage to decide, like, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it? Like,
that's just me. The blueprint is that's just me. Like, I just go for things. I was just like, Harlem is where it's at. That's where it's popping. That's where I'm gonna go, and that's where I'm gonna get popping. Because I always knew from maybe like 6 years old, I knew that I was special.
Right.
Like I was singing Whitney Houston like at a baby. Like, hold up, whose kid is this?
Right.
Like I was always, not to be cocky, I'm always humble, but
it's a certain thing.
Like always, growing up throughout my whole life, everybody always told me that I was special, and everybody always was like, I'm gonna manage you when you get older. Like, so I always knew that I had what it took. I just knew that where I was in the neighborhood that I was living in, I wasn't gonna get where I wanted to be. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm going to Harlem because people from Harlem is getting popping. They on TV and shit. Oh, nah, I need to get out there.
Well, did you like already know Tiana? Like, how did you connect with her? Like, did you know Web? Like, how did these things happen?
I didn't know any of these people. I basically, like I said, I took the train and I got off at Harlem, and it was just a street full of cool kids. Tiana was one of the cool kids that was there. I took a liking to her. I walked straight up to her like, yo, what's good? Like, I'm trying to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was what it was. She took a liking to me instantly as well. We didn't really hit it off that crazy.
Were you at the Super Sweet 16? You was there?
No, I was not at the Super Sweet 16. You know why? Because Tiana was such a boss.
Right.
And everybody that was with Tiana, no disrespect, because everybody's a boss in their own way. But Tiana was like the boss of her clique. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the boss of my clique. So it's like at those times we wasn't really like clicked up because there was no two bosses. Like, or if it was the two bosses, it wasn't two girl bosses. It's a boy boss and a girl boss. So, that's how I was with my clique, and that's how she was with her clique. But when we got older, we relinked actually in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you connect with Web?
That's a funny story. Okay. Webstar, this Hollywood guy. So I wrote him on MySpace, and this is when Chicken Noodle Soup was popping.
Okay.
I wrote him on MySpace, and I'm like, yo, my name is Bree. I come from Queens, and like I know I'm not from Harlem, but I'm hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could rap, I could sing, I could dance, blah blah blah. Me and my friends took about 2 hours to write this message. Yeah, it was me and my friends. Like I asked for help. Like we was like, we getting a deal through this message. Period. So he curved me. He never wrote me back, and I had to catch his ass on the top because basically. The voice of Harlem, who was also on the record, Chicken Noodle Soup record, he was like the hype man and DJ back in the background. And he found me from just dancing around in Harlem, getting popping. Everybody started knowing my name. And he came up to me and he was like, yo, I'm starting up a group. Do you want to be down with it? We're going to go on tour. So we went on this tour throughout New York City and the Tri-State, and DJ Webstar came to one of our shows. And he was like, he looked at me and he was like, yo, I see something in you, I want to talk to you, or whatever the case may be. And then I got back home and I get on MySpace, and here Webstar is a year later messaging me on that same message like, wow, that was you?
Wow.
So I guess he was looking for talent. Like he was going through the messages like,
I'm
hard. I got to find another one.
Okay, so with everything that was starting to boom with you in Harlem, what made you go to Miami?
Well, I went to Miami realistically because I mean, like, me being a young girl, like, I felt like I was at the top. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I'm all over the radio. I'm all over TV, but I'm still living with my grandmother. And I'm still, like, you know, like, struggling to get back and forth to the studio. See, that was just me being young and not understanding, like, how it works. Like, you may be on TV and on the radio, but you need a little bit more than that to, you know, really, really be that girl. So I was all in my feelings, and I basically like just cursed everybody out. Like, forget this, I quit. I'm taking all my money that I got, and I'm going to Miami. Like, I don't want to live in New York, and it was cheaper to live out there. I was like, oh, I could go somewhere where it's nice, have a nice condo, and not struggle. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. Cause the way I wanted to live, realistically, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to live like that in New York. The apartment I wanted to live in, I couldn't afford that in New York. But I could go to Miami and get that and a little bit more for a cheaper price.
Right. And so, you got the good weather.
And the good weather, the great weather.
Right.
So that's what my ass did. I was out.
Did your ass do the same thing that you did when you went from Queens to Harlem? Like, you just went out there on a whim? Like, did you know anyone in Miami?
I knew nobody in Miami. I literally, like, that's me. Like, I'm just this fearless firecracker. Like, I just go. Like, I don't care. Like, put me in a room with anybody and I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I did. I went to Miami and I was moving like I was the motherfucking mayor of Miami. And you better believe the mayor of Miami was trying to find out who's the second mayor of Miami. Right. And, you know, things just, you know, cities are small. When something's hot, everybody's gonna find out, and people gonna find out real quick. So somebody instantly put me on with Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy got me in the studio ASAP. That was cool. Then I got connected, passed on to Brian McKinney, and then I was recording in his studio. Then Tiana had moved out there. Then I was like the dynamic duo, and we was just like taking over shit. Trina lived up the block. She took a liking to me. That's where I met Tory Lanez in Miami. Me and him got cool, got in the studio, started killing shit, and just like, it just started moving like that.
So now that you're back in New York, are you here solely for Love and Hip Hop? Like, what's the plan?
I'm not here solely for Love and Hip Hop. I mean, that's the reason why, like, I'm really like based and not like back and forth because of Love and Hip Hop, because there's so much shooting. It's like you got to be on standby. But realistically, I came back to New York because I felt situated. You know, like, I feel more comfortable and confident now where far as financially and far as, like, the market and everything, I'm like, it's a free lane. I need to just go take this shit over. And, you know, I got some coins now. So, I could be comfortable out here in my city. So, I'm like, right now is the perfect time, and I need to get closer to my elderly grandmother who's sick. You know, I got to get closer to my family and, you know, just be here because I missed about 4 or 5 Christmases and Thanksgiving being in Miami because things was just so hectic with Trina just touring and writing and studios and interviews. Like, I had to be based in Miami. So, you know, I'm a little free now.
Did your decision to be on Love and Hip Hop have anything to do with Cardi B's success and how she like is booming? And she wasn't even a music artist when she came on.
Okay, I would say it's not based off of Cardi B's success. Mm-hmm. Like her success definitely made me say, okay, we can milk this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we can make this thing work, because realistically, Love and Hip Hop, they was asking for me from 2 years ago. I'm the one that decided not to sign the contract, and I was like, I don't really want to do this because I just don't feel ready, and I just don't think that this is the best thing to be doing for my career thus far. Like, I didn't feel like 2 years ago was the moment for that. And that was the first year that Cardi B had actually went on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
And like, she definitely made me say, like, okay, maybe it's not the worst idea, because in my head that was the worst. Like, I was like, oh no, like, that's the only offer? No, like, I was just like, that's a dub. But she definitely made me like pay attention, like, okay, like this thing could work, but it wasn't fully that. That was probably like a 5% out of 100.
Right.
Yeah,
So even now, going into Love and Hip Hop, there's a couple of people that you're already familiar with because of Webstar and the whole Get Light and that dance wave. Bianca being one of those people. Mm-hmm. What is the interaction between you two?
I know why you're asking me that.
You know I did a little bit of research.
Because the internet talks.
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. Bianca, she was a friend of mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Long story short, friends become foes all the time. You know what I'm saying? But she just so happens to be a rapper that came up at the same time that I came up. So it was always a comparison. We was damn near in the same camp.
Right.
She was signed to Webstar, I was signed to Webstar. I mean, realistically, if you pay enough attention, we kind of look like we could be sisters. So I feel like people always compared us, and she just couldn't take that heat of the comparisons because she felt like she was always better than me because she came out before me. So that was just a thing in our friendship where it was just like always a competition. And friendly competition is okay, but when it becomes malicious, that's when it's not. And she's just a malicious type bitch. So that, like, me and her, we just didn't work out, but it became beefy because people still compare us, and like, she don't know how to take that, like, fuck out of here, like, that bitch can never be me, da-da-da-da. Like, it's just like, slow down, calm down, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? She just took that way too far. Like, the shit just got serious. They gonna have to tune in to Love and Hip Hop to find out, like,
right. I'm definitely gonna
whole
I need to know, because I did, like I said, I did some research, so I do know that you guys have always had this tension. Yes. So even now, with you going into Love and Hip Hop, being that you turned it down and she did go to Love and Hip Hop and she did decide to move forward, you coming in. Y'all both have blue hair, like the same kind of feel.
Both have blue hair.
Did you ever think, like, maybe I should change my hair? Maybe I should change my look? Maybe I should, like, try to be, like...
Of course not. Because at the end of the day, like, I mean, everybody could go do their research and find out, like, the real truth. Like, these girls didn't have blue hair. I did this first. I was the first rap chick in our time, in our day and age, that pulled up and popped out with blue hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got receipts at the end of the day. And when she basically, long story short, she was my homegirl. So
right.
She know everything, a lot of things about me. She was around. She was able to just like peek in and out. And realistically, she was a fan. Let's just put it all out there. She was a fan of mine. She always reassured me that I was so hot and I was so talented and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But when she got her chance, when she decided to do Love and Hip Hop, when I didn't, she basically took everything that she felt was cool about me and tried to put it in her image. She took my blue hair, like she tried to take like a lot of things, like pick and choose like what I'm gonna take from Bree. Now she's a singing. It's just like she did a lot of malicious things that was basically like, now that I got a platform, I'm basically gonna take all your shit and put it on this higher platform because it's a higher platform than what you're on.
Right.
And I'm gonna make it look like it was mine. And that's not what it was. Like, I've been a trendsetter. Like, realistically, like, I'm not trying to throw all this shade, but no. Bianca doesn't put on anything where girls are like, oh my God, that's so dope, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? She's not one of those girls. Like, me and my girls, we're those girls. Like, Tiana went, oh my God, like, that's so cute. Like, Tiana Taylor, like, idol, like, yes, like, legend, like, style,
right.
Like, swag.
Trendsetters.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not that girl. She's a follower. But the whole thing is, don't take somebody's shit and then try to make it seem like they trying to be like you, baby. Don't do that. It just doesn't work like that.
Is there ever room for you guys to like, you know, have not be best friends, but maybe civil or being in the same room? Like, what is that like? Are you guys filming together?
No, we're not filming together. We will film together. We're not filming together because the beef is kind of escalated. It's very escalated.
So it's beyond the television at this point.
It's beyond television, like, but I'm not really worried and concerned about it because I didn't see Bianca. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I did come to New York or when I'm in Miami or when I'm anywhere in the world, we don't cross the same paths. Only reason why Bianca see me because she's literally looking for me. Like, she's trying to find me. Like, I don't know people if she thinks that's a gangster thing to do. That's very tacky, unprofessional, and corny. Like, to go look for somebody. Like, are you a rapper? Are you a street fighter? Are you an animal? I don't get it.
Do you feel like you make her storyline because Drewski already proposed to Sky and she would have nothing else to run with?
I'm definitely her storyline.
Okay.
Her and her friends decided to come to my performance and jump me during casting.
You got jumped?
I got jumped during casting. That was like, okay, y'all, we getting on this season. I heard Breeze in casting. We gonna go jump her and get this shit popping. That's basically.
So is that kind of like your storyline too? Like, what are we looking for other than her?
I mean,
realistically,
during casting, like that wasn't like she wasn't like the big thing.
Right.
The big thing was the fact that I was coming back to New York to motherfucking slay all the rap chicks, whether it was her, Mariah, fucking Cardi, whoever it was gonna be. Because at this time, niggas didn't even know Cardi wasn't doing it no more. You feel me? Like, this shit wasn't about Bianca. She made it somewhat about her. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't had nothing going on for herself. It's just like, at the end of the day, like, you got to think about it. If you got a job and, you know, you're not doing the best, niggas already not messing with you like that, but they just keeping you around, right. You know what I'm saying, for whatever, and they feel like they damn near ready to fire you, and then this next chick come out that you know damn well about to take your shit. Right. Like, you gonna do whatever by any means necessary. Don't get it fucked up. I mean, if that was her by any means necessary, let that be your by any means necessary. But at the end of the day, that shit is not gonna pay off or work because you jump me, okay, you ain't never gonna be able to touch me or get close to me no more. And what happened? Your music ain't speaking for itself.
Right,
so
I would like for that to happen. I want the music to speak for themselves. Speak for itself.
It got hot in here.
Yeah, I want to shift a little. I want to shift a little bit.
I can't take the jacket.
Who can we expect to see with you? Because you know so many people. I remember I saw you with Jay-Z. You've been with Diddy. I've seen you with Offset. Like all this. So who's making a celebrity appearance? Dave East, maybe. Y'all from the same hood.
Yeah, no, me and Dave East do go way back, but I don't know. You guys gotta stay tuned and see. But you know niggas be bougie. You know niggas.
Pull Dave up. How y'all know each other?
Me and Dave? Oh, well, it's crazy because Dave, he actually lived in my hood in Ravenswood for a minute or whatever. Although he is from Harlem or whatever, he was living in Ravenswood for a minute. And his time being out there, I was cool with him. He was cool with all my peoples. His crib was like the hangout spot. He used to have this studio set up in the back room in the hood. That shit's mad funny. Nigga came a long ass way. But yeah, so I basically like just used to be back there recording with him, doing like, you know, little skits for him, verses, whatever. Like, he really was hustling and I was like hustling with him. I got thrown into it. I'd be there just chilling with the homies and niggas be like, yo, Bree, come cut something in the back. Like, and I'd be back there fucking rapping, doing skits and shit, yeah.
It would be dope to see y'all, like you, Tiana, like not the same song, but for your project, like to have you bringing in people from like back in the day of that like full circle moment. So, what can we expect from your project?
Definitely can expect a banging ass hit record with Tory Lanez. Definitely got a hit record with Trina. Definitely got a hit record with Tiana Taylor, and I'm working on records with a bunch of other people, like just putting things together. I'm definitely hoping to get a record with Davies, you know.
That would be a dope
just
look.
People, you know. Like,
any female rappers that you do mess with, other than, you know, Tiana, like who, Trina, like who else? Like,
Little Kim.
Okay.
I love Little Kim. Little Kim.
What about the young? What about the young? Come on. What about the youngins? What about the millennials? None of y'all.
That I know. I don't really.
You don't see them?
I don't really. It's not that I don't see them. I don't really know them. Like the girls that I know, like the Naima Supremes and the Kaya Babies, and you know the Brianna Perrys and stuff like that. I mean, I have records with these people too. I don't know. We got.
You're so catty. Can you fix this? Like, can you be the one to kind of like?
I don't have.
It's happening a little bit.
These are my girls. What you gotta understand is that girls are in competition. You could do a record with a girl, and that record would never come out because you might have had a better verse, and they just can't seem to kick or get that better verse than you, and that shit won't come out if they got the control over the record. At the end of the day, that's just how the shit goes. That's how the shit works. Like, tell me what girls out here have been making records together since Ladies Night.
That's a fact.
I mean, if I could be the one that could do that by any means necessary, like, yes, let me be the one that do that. But, my nigga, my superpowers ain't even all that powerful yet. The bitches excuse my language, but the females that are out there that have all the power, they can't even do it, even if they try. Missy could barely do it. She's trying her hardest. She can't barely do it. That's just how this shit go. Like, I don't know what I can do. I'm putting an all-female girls label together. I'm trying to put an all-girls tour together. Okay. But for some reason, I could see myself having, like, a young girls group with another 14-year-old rapper. And, like, you know what I'm saying?
And the same tension. Right.
Exactly, because it's like the older girls, like, they just don't know how to just, like, be nice and play nice. It's always a competition. That's that catty shit. That's what it is.
Well, you've been around Remy. Are you guys gonna tape together? Remy. I think that would be so ill. I'm not even gonna lie. They're both lyrical beasts.
I love Remy.
I do.
And Remy actually loves me as well.
I like that.
Like, I haven't filmed with her yet. We did do the cold opening together, but we haven't done any scenes yet. I'm hoping to definitely get some scenes in with Remy and hopefully get a record with Remy because I just feel like that's just like overdue. It's just way overdue realistically. Like, I'm like a baby Remy, like, realistically.
That's what you are.
I mean, so it's just like, it just needs to happen. Remy,
please,
make it happen.
Please, Rem, please. Okay, so last couple of questions. Who are you dating? Like, who's your boo? You not one of them creep squad men now, right? Like, who is it?
What?
Who's your love interest? Can you spill?
I don't have a love interest on Love and Hip Hop.
Really?
They're not gonna get my please. But what? Can we get focus on the music? The music.
Somebody gotta focus on the hip hop part of the Love and Hip Hop.
Who I'm fucking? That ain't got nothing to do with my music, okay? At all. Like not. I am not an R&B singer.
Okay.
I am a rapper / singer / producer.
So do you have love? What's happening? No love?
I got love.
No love happening? You gotta stick by see what happens behind the scenes.
It's personal. Like if we decide to come out with our relationship, it's gonna come out.
Okay.
Like if it drop. It's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever dated anyone in this industry?
Never.
Okay.
Right now is like the only person. Like he's actually in the industry. He's the only person that like I've dated in the industry. Yeah.
Okay, so last couple, like I said, okay, Love and Hip Hop. Jim Jones was on the initial starting season. Mm-hmm. You used to work with him. Where are you guys now?
Me and Jim, I never see Jim. You know, he's in a whole nother lane. Like he's a grown ass man. Like he do grown man stuff. He do gangster stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here on a rock star time.
Right.
So we don't really see each other. But whenever me and Jim see each other, like it's love. Like it's genuine love. Like one time at a club in Miami, I couldn't get in the club or whatever the case may be, and I was standing there like all mad. And then I see all the cameras go, everybody running over to somebody.
Crazy.
And I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it's Jim Jones. So I'm like, so he walking, and I'm standing there. You know, I'm only 4'10", so I'm standing there. I'm like, tapped on him, and he looked at me. I'm like, so can I go on with you? He was like, come on, like a big brother, like, bring your ass on. Like, and then we walked in, we turned up. We had a lot of fun that night.
Who else are your mentors in this industry?
In this industry, my mentors, you mean my real mentors?
Yeah, people that actually not just looked up to, but actually helped in the journey.
I would say Trina, she's definitely one of my biggest mentors. Like she's like an OG. Like she's definitely somebody that just like mean, at the end of the day, Bree, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do, period. Like, these bitches ain't gonna do. Like, if anybody wonder where I got that period from, I got that from Trina.
Right.
Like, she's just like she's a real bitch. And Tory as well, even though, like, me and Tory's, like, the same age, he's somebody that I definitely, like, looked up to. And, like, he helped me with a lot of things, like, how I should move and shit like that, because he started at a very young age as well. He had like a single deal,
right,
like at a very, very young age. So like he's dealt with a lot in the industry too, and he was able to like put me on to a lot of stuff in this. And you know, like just not like really like known, like a lot of known
right. It's
people.
More like behind the scenes.
It's more like very like behind the scenes people, like, you know, like people that work up in the labels that don't have like big names, that, you know, look out for me, hit me up, call me, make sure everything's going smoothly. I speak to Cindy Lauper. Like, she calls my phone frequently. Like, we text, and she puts me onto a lot of stuff as well. Like,
that's dope.
You just gotta be ready. Yeah.
That's legendary.
Legend.
Yeah. So what's next for you, Brittney? Like, what's going on? Like, we know Love and Hip Hop, but like that can't be it, girl. Like,
what's next is just like it's so much. What's next? What's now?
More music.
Yeah, like it's just like I have the mixtape coming. I have the EP coming. I'm about to.
Are you scared of the debut? Like, are you nervous?
I am nervous, and the only reason why I'm nervous is because once when I was younger, I understood how it felt not to just be able to walk up the block, because everybody's just like, Bree Beauty, Bree Beauty, Bree Beauty. And I know that now it's going to be like, oh my God, Bree Taylor, and it's going to get hectic again. And it's just like, I'm a little scared to not be able to just like, you know, go up the block to the store and, you know, get me a bottle of champagne. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to really be like that. I know that I'm not just going to be one of those hip hop reality stars. Like, I know that I'm going to be a superstar. So I'm just a little bit scared of my mind, because I'm already like bipolar and crazy. I'm just scared of like all the mix up and all the schedule and everything. Like, you know, like, will I handle it or will I end up in the G building? So it's just like, you know, but I'm confident.
Right.
I could say that. Like, no matter how much I may be like a little scared of how crazy it's gonna get, I'm very confident in where I'm gonna go.
Right.
So
it seems like you have a great head on your shoulders and a game plan.
Yes, definitely.
And out of all, like, I mean, like I said, I love Bren, but out of all of the new talent from all of the seasons of Love and Hip Hop, you are one of the like lyrical beasts, from male, female, everything. So for me, to you, like, much success. Like, I know it's gonna be like booming. I definitely want to have like a follow up and, you know, touch base with you after the debut. And don't be all in your comments, girl. Don't be having time for that. Like, what's your Instagram? What's your Twitter? Tell the people. Like, you gotta be bigger than that.
All right, but I'm gonna be bigger than that. But if you come at me, I'm snapping back.
So where should they come?
Snap back, clap back, all that. So my Instagram is Brittney F Taylor, and you spell that BRITTNEY F Taylor. My Twitter is Brittney X Taylor. And what else is out there?
Google. She's Googleable. Come on.
Google me, baby.
And you already know the interview of all interviews is going to be right here at All Hip Hop. And it's your favorite homegirl, Miss Lissa. Until next time, brush your edges, mind your business, and take care of your children.
Period.
Come on.
That was fun. All these bitches fake as they bodies be. You ain't got a lot of me. I knew you before that surgery. Those is not Pilates. See, I know you thinking and nerving me. Who the fuck am I? I'm just a rap chick coming out the NY without the ass shots or fat swaps. I'm that hot, killing bitches just cause I can. Call me the bad cop. Came here to leave with a win. Don't need a mascot. Don't need a man. Don't need a friend. I never held my hand out. Always held my fam down. Need 100 grand now. Left the gram and came back. I swear this shit was planned out. Certain people changed up. I got a better plan now. When they got my name up, my haters is my fans now. Get into a jam now, I got it for the bailout. Went back to the board and came back with shit they feel now. Really took a loss, so when I talk, they understand now. Most of real niggas from New York is in the can now. Free my nigga Flip though. Need a track with Diplo, just to make a bank at the festivals. Big show, shout out to my big bros. I'm really that bitch though. It was never over, just a slow up, had to get low. Do it for the culture, bitch, you know I really did though. Riding around your city, getting chauffeur like I'm Cisco. Really with a thong on it. When he heard that thong song, I just got the poppin' in. Your poppy got a hard on. Damn, why she do that? The ponytail long blew back. Already knew I was ruthless. Y'all bitches is just truthless.
Right. Woo! That's too much. That's already too much. That's already too much. It's all hip hop. Stay tuned. Ah.